Hey guys, this is another MC Slot diecast review here, and this is of the 2014 Sauber C33, which is the Ferrari powered car, and this one is Adrian Sutil's. And a few things about the season that were major changes were the drivers could pick their own numbers, and Adrian Sutil picked number 99. So he was the first ever driver in Formula One history to officially run with the number 99 on his car. Apparently there was one car that did run with 99 on, and that was in some sort of Indy 500 race, or when Indy 500 sort of merged with F1. Some of you might know what I'm on about, others might have a clue. But there was a race where there was a 99 car, but it wasn't official or something. So technically speaking, Adrian Sutil is the first driver to race with 99 on his car. At the time of filming this, the season hadn't finished. They'd just been to Austin, where they had his best qualifying result of 9th throughout the whole season. He unfortunately was rammed by Sergio Perez and was taken out of the race, which means any chance of scoring points went straight out the window, which is quite unfortunate. And for the team that has never actually not scored any points throughout a whole season, Sauber desperately needs some points because they're still 10th in the constructors behind Marussia, that had collapsed at Russia, and so on and so forth. So there was a lot of stuff going on at the end of the season. Unfortunately, Minichamps didn't tell me any information in regards to tampo prints and mass sprays and how many parts there are on this car. The only thing it did tell me though was that the body material was actually resin, so that's quite interesting. The product code for this one is 417140099. So I think the code does have some sort of pattern to it. I think I've sort of tried to figure it out. Whereas the last two digits are the number of the car, and then the two digits before that are just two zeros normally, and then the other two before that are the year of the car. So I'm thinking there is some sort of pattern as well. Also, Minichamps have started using two screws on the bottom of their cars to attach them onto the little boxes. And as always, the boxes are quite nice. I do like these little boxes, the little decoration ones. The only thing that does slightly annoy me is the fact that from 2009 onwards they made the boxes longer. This is partly because the F1 cars actually did get a little bit longer, and that means that now, depending on if you're an actual collector and how far you collect, or what years you collect, like for me I've managed to collect both the 8 and 9 Force Indias, one of which is actually Sutil's car, and they're in the small boxes, but then the 10, 11 and anything after 10, they're in the longer boxes. So you've got these two different size boxes, and your collection's kind of in like two different segments then, which kind of annoys me. Unfortunately, Sutil looks like he might not have a drive for the 2015 season, partly because Sauber have announced Marcus Ericsson and Felipe Nasr as their drivers, and from what I could gather, they are actually in a dispute with Sutil about his contract. So there's a lot of things that are happening at the moment in Formula 1, especially in regards to Sauber. Sauber obviously look like they're going to be sticking around for next year, that they've signed two drivers. I believe Marcus Ericsson alone is worth £20 million or something like that. So that's a lot of money he's bringing to the team, and that's going to be pretty good for a team like that. And Felipe Nasr is Williams' third driver, so if Williams had him, he must be decent. And the last thing that I was just thinking about was that it's gone out of my mind, but Esteban Gutierrez is also out of a drive, but we'll talk about that in his video. Sutil has a bit of a up and down career. He scored 1 point at Spiker, and that was before it became Force India. He then raced for Force India from 2008 to 11, and then in 2012 he had an incident, or in 2011 he had an incident with one of the Lotus technicians, where it was an apparent mugging or assault or something at a bar in China. Then he left the country or whatever, then he finished his season at Formula 1 that year, and then took a year out in 2012. He lost his drive to Nico Hülkenberg. Then in 2013 he came back because Hülkenberg left, and then in 2014 he swapped again with Hülkenberg to go to Sauber. So there's a lot of switching around in Hülkenberg and stuff like that, and that's pretty much why he's at Sauber for this year, and it looks like it's going to be his last year. Overall, the car is very stunning. I do like Sauber's new colour scheme. I prefer this sort of dark black colour scheme to the white one that they had a couple of years ago. I think it's very nice and very cool. And as always, most of the actual sponsorship on the car has been brought by Esteban Gutierrez. So that's pretty much it. Very nice detailing on the car. If I'm just going to have a quick look on the inside, because normally you can tell what race it is by looking at the inside. Unfortunately, no, there's no little track map in the car, so you can't tell which race this one's specifically from. But I'm going to say it's early season because it just looks sort of like they've done the cars from early season. That's why they've been able to release them the same year as they've actually been racing, which is another thing I quite like about Minichamps, is that they've actually done it. Bit difficult for me to actually do videos on it and tell how well they did in the season, but then again, it's not the end of the world. As always, thanks for watching. Please give it a like, comment, and don't forget to subscribe. And any other future teams or videos you want me to have a look at or do, don't forget to leave a comment. Thank you very much.